you want to start it now? Or?
Yeah, I'll start it. You know what? I can pick this up next time.
It's so odd driving a small car.
Yeah, it is a little bit different. You know.
Yeah, like I usually can see over that thing.
It's alright. Take your time. We're going. I can just put this in at another point, and we can go through all that other stuff. Now, have you been reading the books at all in reference to?
I started reading it,
Yeah.
but then I kind of got the online test.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's all right. Especially like as you are more on the road, it's important to know like things like whose right of way is it.
yeah, like then I slowed
yeah,
down
that's
because
right. Yeah.
like I knew that he had to give way to me, but I was
Yeah.
just scared that if he didn't.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes it is best just to back off and just sort of think,
Yeah.
you know, to avoid a sticky situation.
Do you want to turn in here or
No, keep on going straight.
go straight? Okay. Yeah.
At the roundabout, you can turn left. Do you find it's different with the accelerator with this as opposed to driving mum and dad's?
I feel like with your accelerator, I do have to push a bit more, but
Yeah.
I don't exactly hate that because I don't mind. And like same with your brakes. Your brakes, I have to push a bit
Yeah,
harder.
they are a little bit more. You got to push right in more.
Yeah, like I noticed that as soon as when I was trying to pull over, I was like,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
All right, just continue straight.
I will warn you with this roundabout, I'm a bit scared because I can't
Which
see
one?
over it.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Well, what you do is you slow down, obviously, before you approach it.
Just go.
Yeah, if it's safe to go.
Yeah, see, I can't see over that roundabout. It scares me every time
Yeah.
I get to it.
Yeah, that's fine because you obviously you don't know what's going to be
Yeah,
coming.
even with the big cars though. Like
Yeah.
I was talking to Mum about it. I was like, I actually should text the council and be like, can we please get it cut a bit?
Yeah,
Because like
okay.
you really can't see.
Now, obviously, when we come to speed humps, it's important to slow down and not go over them while your foot is on the brake. So you actually want to come to it and then have your foot off the brake before you go on it, and if need be, gently accelerate over it. So I've got the pedals here, so what I'll do is when we come to the next one, at this roundabout, we're going to turn right. Yeah, because then if you're sitting in the back seat, you're going to be like jumping up. You're doing well though. That's right.
Yeah, see, like I didn't know that. Mum was just like slow down before the roundabouts. That's about it.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, at the speed humps though.
Now, through this roundabout, we'll go straight. So obviously, you want to start slowing down. And then,
I didn't need to put any.
no, you didn't, because technically it's straight, and then you'll be
Yeah.
confusing people. if
With
you
this
start.
car, I can just go.
Yep, no, that's fine. He's got to wait for you because he's coming out. So you've got, this is a continuing road, so you've got right of way on the road. You're doing well. Now you do realise at a roundabout you don't have to come to a complete stop as well. Obviously it's good to slow down,
Yeah.
what you've got to do, but at a stop sign you have to physically come to the point where the car just stops.
Oh, okay.
That's alright.
I was scared that he was going to turn
Yes.
and I wasn't going to make
Don't-
it.
I have that same thing too because you don't know what they're doing,
Yeah.
and sometimes the way that they turn, it's like they're just going to keep on going.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I've noticed that one time I didn't realize, like I stopped in time, but I didn't realize that he was turning completely.
yeah,
And my mum was like, it's fine, you can go, he's just waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's really not, Mum.
Yeah.
And like, I honestly got really scared.
yeah. Because and sometimes if people don't indicate, you don't know what they're doing at all.
Yeah. Sorry, I just go too slow around those
No,
things
that's
because we
alright.
have them at my dad's house and I always hit them.
Now just remember, see, we've got the L plates on, yeah? So in a sense, we've got temporal immunity. People are frustrated, they'll just go around or they'll
Yeah.
wait for you. So don't ever feel like you've got to rush, especially that you're learning,
Yeah.
is that you shouldn't feel pressured at all.
Which way do you want to go here?
Just take your time. If you want, we'll turn right at the roundabout. Okay, now, obviously on the right, they've got right of way.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Alright, just continue straight.
Yeah. I'm just going to pick it up a little because I know this is a main road and I don't
Yeah.
want to pelt people up.
No, that's alright, that's fine.
But I won't go over like 60 because that's the speed limit.
Yeah,
Oh, it's 50,
technically it's
never
50.
mind.
In a built-up area, it's actually 50.
Yeah.
Even if there's no speed sign, in a default area like this, we go down to 50 kilometres.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you want to go straight?
We'll go left here at the roundabout.
Yeah.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, now these speed bumps.
Yeah,
How do you
that's
want to
all.
approach these?
Yeah. If
'Cause-
you can time them with the car, position it right, you can just sort of go over them. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
If you want, just
Okay.
coming up on the left-hand side, obviously after the driveway,
Uh-huh.
just pull over on the left-hand side.
Which driveway?
No, just after the driveway, so
Okay. Uh-huh.
that's all right, just pull over.
Mm-hmm.
To your
Yeah, I
left.
just don't want to hit the curb, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's alright, okay. And then slow down,
Mm-hmm.
and then put your park, and there we go. Fantastic, no clicking at all.
Okay.
Alright. You know, so no, you're doing really. I just thought
Yeah.
just to pull over, you know, because I want you to feel comfortable too.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, you know, like,
Yeah. Nah.
because it's
just-
got to be an enjoyable experience when
No,
you drive.
it's
like,
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like with small cars. Like I haven't driven in a small car
Yeah.
with.
No, that's all right.
That's not as big as a bump as it looks like in a big car.
Do you feel a bit more secure in a bigger car, or is it? Do you feel kind of like? Because I find it in a smaller car, it's more maneuverable. Where With a bigger car, it's kind of like you've got more space. So
I never
potentially-
noticed, but I feel like I kind of prefer a big car because I'm short. So
Yes.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a little more down, but like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all right. All right, I just wanted to pull over,
Mm-hmm.
just obviously to give you like a little bit of a break,
Yeah,
and then
that's
kind
all
of
good.
like, yeah, and then like we can continue on. But just obviously like when you're driving, make sure that you've got both hands on the steering
Mm-hmm.
wheel. It's got to be 10 and it's got to be 2.
Mhm.
You know, and the purpose of that now is because we've got airbags.
Mm-hmm.
Because it used to be 9 and 3. You know, so
Yeah.
yeah, but now it's got to be sort of 10 and 2.
Mhm.
So what happens is that when we're driving, we're able like that,
Mhm.
and
I was doing this, wasn't
yeah,
I?
yeah, no, that's right. Look, because what happens is when we drive, we get a bit comfortable, which is good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the way that I want to show you is obviously so that when they assess you on the test, because essentially, let's just say that you're in a test situation
Mhm.
and the LTO's at the back, you know, the instructor's not allowed to say anything.
Mhm.
So then it's got to come on you. And then,
Yeah, so you
yeah,
gotta start.
and
then.
it's only just for your benefit, obviously,
Mhm.
because then they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, okay, you know,
Yeah.
that's a roll. And also, when you turn, you don't need to do, they call it the push and pull method. So you push with one hand, you pull with the other, yeah? You can actually move your hands to turn the steering wheel. You
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
yeah, because I used to think that that's how you used to do it too. Yeah, but you can actually use one hand to do the other, but provided that you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So whatever you feel comfortable with, you can do,
Is that like
you know? It's,
gonna be marked differently?
no, it's either or, you know,
Mhm.
it's acceptable for either or, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because sometimes when we do something, we're sort of like, oh, this is the way that we're meant to do it, and it feels a bit robotic as well.
I don't know. I've never noticed that. Like I didn't
No,
know there
well,
was a
then
difference.
obviously you're comfortable with doing it,
Mm.
which is good. But when you're ready, we can.
Okay. Wait, break off first. Do I have to put my indicator too many
You do.
traffic.
Every time you come out of a curb, you are meant to indicate.
Yeah, because I was a bit unsure about that back there. Because I was like, am I supposed to? Okay. Now, does that look like it's... Please don't, please don't, please don't. Oh. Okay.
Oh, well done.
I was like, please don't scratch the bottom of his car.
Oh, no, that's not going to happen. The car's going to be a lot lower for that.
Oh, okay. That's
So
what my
that's
dad
fine.
said. He was like, if you don't go over them slow, you're going to scratch the back of the bottom of the car. And I'm like, please. Okay. Oh, okay.
When you're driving too, it's always good to scan the road and sort of look in your mirrors as well.
Oh, that was a bit fast, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Well, there's a 40 k limit and you're going fine.
Yeah, I'm only
Yeah.
doing that.
You want to go over about 20 k's. You don't want to be going any more than that. Especially when you'll start to notice, especially that once you've actually got people in the car, that's when you notice that you're going over a speed hump a lot faster, because when you're in the driver's seat, you don't feel it as much. But
Yeah.
then what happens is that when you've got people in the car, they're like, well, they're jumping
Yeah.
around.
Okay, stop now, Elise. It feels so
Yeah.
fast.
Now turn left here on the street. That's alright, that was my fault. I told you a little bit too late and
That's
proceed
it.
straight.
Okay, hand me, please. Okay. I have to remember my hand placement because I feel like I just like am naturally down there now.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay, left or right?
Hey, go left. We'll follow the road around.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That's it. You want to be comfortable too, as well, like obviously when you drive, but
Yeah.
it's always good to make a mental note that essentially this is the position that you want to be working towards as well. So, because essentially what you're doing is you're on the road, you're concentrating about what's going on, thinking about where your hands are, thinking about your speed, thinking about what else is going to happen. Do you know what I mean? So there is a lot that sort of goes through your head that you've got to process.
Yeah.
But if you work on and build them up slowly, you find that you end up just developing over time.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm sure if you
Sorry.
right, sorry.
No, that's so good. Like I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, wait, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start to prepare the turn.
Alrighty.
Obviously, if I see a car coming this way, I'll start moving. I don't want to hit the side mirrors.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
all.
no, trust me, you're not. That's and that'll come in time as well. Obviously,
Yeah.
with positioning, and obviously, like you said, you have different cars. The size of different cars will matter.
Yeah.
Right, you want to slow down just a bit as we're going around.
Yep.
And then that's
Okay, cool.
that's it.
I don't know if that was a speed bump of that little divider thing, or
That little
yeah.
inland divider thing.
I think I went over it.
Yeah, no, no, you didn't. You, it was all good. So you realise as you kind of get streets like this, and especially when you get park cars as well, that you're going to kind of have to start, especially if somebody's coming faster, that you're going to have to start to make those judgment calls where you back off, you know,
Yeah.
or whether you're still able to make it as well.
Yeah. I
Gee,
know.
some of these bends are really tight.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that on the other one.
Yeah. That's
I'm
alright.
like a snail.
Oops, sorry.
No,
There you
that
go.
wasn't your fault. I just went over it. Okay. Left or right?
Oh, we'll turn left here. And slowly. follow the road to outside turn right.
Oh, don't you?
You don't really need to indicate on this because the road just continues over, so you don't need to indicate for these kind of roads. Is it a little bit different from mum and dad, or because?
Yeah, you're very like you explain it way better. My mum kind of goes, go this way, go this way. Which way?
Okay. Sorry, continue straight.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Look, just for me, this is new for me too, you know. So just as much as obviously you're learning, then I'm learning too.
Yeah,
so
no,
I appreciate
you're doing a good job. Yeah.
And then we'll turn right. At the
Okay.
end of the street.
Good, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I've never been to this bit.
You also obviously, as you learn to drive and you get better driving experience, you get what is hazard perception, so that you can sort of see things what are happening. I said, for example, like if there's a kid playing with a ball on the side of the road,
Yeah.
you know, that you'll know that potentially that can be a hazard. You know, if the ball goes on the road and then the kid chases
Yeah,
after.
I have noticed that because like when I see a kid like coming towards me or like near me, my foot instantly goes to
Yeah,
the
that's
brake.
right. Yeah.
And like it wasn't anything that I like per se learnt. It was kind of just there.
And see how like other people going around this, and that's cool because you're learning, yeah. And obviously we've let them know as well that you're a learner because we're displaying the L plates as well.
Yep. Yeah, I've kind of got used to that.
Yeah, and you know what? That's fine because what happens is, see, that's what happens naturally. Is people become confident driving, then they're like, "Ah, man, there's a learner."
Yeah, I know.
You know, and we're all there. That's the thing, yeah. Everybody who knows how to drive was all there learning at one point.
Yeah.
So just continue and keep on going straight. And then as you progress as well, you'll even take other things into account, like the weather, even like the nature of the road. Because have you come into our estate where we live?
No. not
When you,
yet.
if you come into our estate, the road is like this. It goes up and down. It's ridiculous. So they're fixing that up, but it's crazy, yes.
Yeah.
But when you go on it, you go in it with a bit more caution because the car might just bounce out of onto a house or something.
Yeah, yeah. My roads are kind of like, they're pretty good. The other thing is we have long stretches and then we have this random speed bump. But we have, like, I get why they put a roundabout there, but it's like kind of unnecessary because no one ever uses them.
Yeah.
Like there's kind of just little things like that. But like,
Well, with these little ones, people try and avoid them as well.
yeah.
But then some of them are ridiculous. They're like really high and it's flat. Keep on going straight.
I can go.
Well done. You're doing good. Doing well. And sometimes it's hard as well, especially with the sun's facing you. You can't see people's indicators.
Yeah. But like some people don't even use indicators.
No, yeah.
Oh, I didn't stop that enough. Yeah. I was on the highway the other day and there was this lady on her phone and you could quite clearly because she kept merging
Yeah.
and she didn't use her indicators
Yeah.
and then it was like a light and she didn't even move
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
you do you, but like, do you really want to do that?
And you're going to get that because you're going to get all sorts of people on the road
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I kind of just stood away, like, didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, that's right. But essentially, most people on the road, they're not there because they want to destroy other people's cars. So, but you've also got to drive in the sense is that you don't know what other people are going to do as well.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I did not see that car. I'm so
Yeah.
glad he wasn't turning our way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Some people, like, they actually start to speed up when they're in the roundabout, and
Yeah, I've noticed that. My dad's like, every time I come up to the roundabout, he's like, why are you slowing down?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to hit the curve.
Yeah, it's a cautious thing too, so... Okay.
Alright, which way now?
Now, are you right if we continue straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, lovely. We'll continue straight on, go over the bridge. Well, because I said to Jessie, I go, it's funny, I go, if we to drive in a straight line, I go, how long do you think it'll take before another car hit us? And there's so much unpredictable cars, and even just if you're continuing driving, it's like the probability is high that we're not hitting the car.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously I need to speed up a bit more, just like
Yeah,
letting you know, because I'm on the main road.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just letting you know, because I don't want you to think, oh, she's speeding. Like, no, I just
that's
like,
right.
I know if I go really slow, people beep at me, and that goes in like.
No,
I'm
that's
like,
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
that's all right.
awesome.
I wonder how many people know that the default speed is 50 kilometres. Like, so technically their speeding means they're over it.
Yeah.
Alright, lovely. And you can continue straight because it's pretty clear as well. Now, have you noticed the roads, like road markings and things like that, when it's a solid
so
white
when
line and then broken lines?
Yeah.
You know the difference between the two? Yeah, just go straight. No, that's alright.
Sorry. I didn't even see him.
That's alright. He was actually meant to wait for you. So.
See, my cautiousness is not
No,
bad.
and you know what? It's better to be over cautious sometimes, but then you've got to also think that if you do a sudden thing, you've got to think that there's a car behind you
Yeah.
too, and potentially that could end up hitting you.
Yeah.
So
That was something that I came very apparent with. Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like little road markings like this as well, like obviously could have turned.
Obviously, these mean that you can overtake a vehicle if need be.
Mhm.
You know, when it's a solid white line, you're not allowed to cross it. Now, obviously, we're coming up to a school zone here, and it's just after 9:30, so you can still go to. You can go to 50.
Oh, well, I'm doing
But yeah, on a school zone, they're very, very strict on it. That
Yeah.
between the school hours, you've got to make sure that you go no more than 40 kilometres. And even when you come to like a speed, you know how when you come up to the sign it says 60 kilometres an hour, that you don't speed up to get into that speed before you get there.
Yeah.
You get to that speed once you're in there. You see what I mean? So it works in like a section.
Yeah.
But the speed limit is the speed limit you go once you're in there, not before you're in there. But the thing is, when you've got to downgrade, you've got to make sure that you slow down to that speed before you enter that speed zone.
Yeah, I've
So-
noticed that. Okay, so we passed that. We're
That's
still
a-
going 40
continue, yeah.
until the next one.
There we go.
Now I can go 60.
Yep, that's all right. Right, now what we're going to do is when we get to the roundabout, we're actually going to go right around and come back down.
So I still have to put my.
No, not yet. We've still got to get to the palm trees at the end.
Yeah, okay.
It's nice that we've got palm trees in Melton.
Yeah. It's interesting because like a lot of people don't think that we could grow them here.
Yeah, tell me
It's like-
about
it's
that.
like-
You want to get into the right lane? That's alright. Take your time. And you want to have your foot off the accelerator as you're going around, and then just use your brake to manoeuvre and control as you're going right around.
Yeah.
Then when you're coming out, obviously you can start to accelerate again.
Yeah.
Because then what's happening is then you're turning and then you're hitting the accelerator and then you're
Yeah.
picking up speed too. So.
Yeah.
And obviously the car's got natural momentum, but it's going to be rolling as well.
Yeah. With that, you know, when we were turning and then the flicker came off,
Yep.
do I need to put that back on?
No.
No.
No. What happens is that when you indicate, you'll be turning and you'll go out. Do you mean that when you're halfway through the roundabout and then it
Yeah.
clicks off? Well, if you're turning and you're turning right, then you'll need to make it clear for others that you are turning right. So, but usually it shouldn't do that. So I'm going to slow down a bit before we. Yeah. That's all right. Because you want to also have a smooth braking as well, because you don't want to have to brake. The closer you are to like the give way sign with the roundabout, and then if you haven't started braking, then the harder you've got to brake as well. So
Yeah.
then you've got to basically jolt to
Yeah.
stop, as opposed to having a smooth.
Yeah, see, I think that's
Process.
what I do. I don't like estimate the thing.
Yeah, and that'll come with time as well, because what you'll do is you'll realise you'll start to judge it a lot better, and then you'll realise I need to start braking here. And especially, obviously, driving different cars,
Yeah.
that's the other thing, yeah, because you'll realise, okay, I need to really get into this brake.
Yeah, my dad's really like freaked me out because I started driving it, and the
Yeah.
first time I went on the main road and I went in the city and I was not familiar with his brakes.
Yeah. What year's his car?
I'm not quite sure. It's a
Is it a newer car?
no.
Okay, alright, so it's an older car.
Yeah.
And his brakes still, well, okay, my brakes are at 50% at the moment, so they do have to get changed as well. Now see how kind of like, you know, you come to different roundabouts. Some of them are a bit more open so that you can see, so you don't have to get as close to the edge. With one like that, it kind of had like those bricks on the side, so you've got to slow down a lot further before you get to it, because then you can't see the car if the car decides to shoot out. Alright, keep it going straight.
Okay.
That's alright.
Yeah. So I gotta wait for these people and then.
You've got to wait for anyone, obviously, who's on the right hand side, who's coming here to exit onto, which would be there, right?
Okay.
So when it's clear for you to go, then you can go. And when there's no cars, like now, then you can go.
Go now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this little white car though.
That
How
little
does that one know that it's not gonna crash into me?
No. Well, look, you don't know whether they're going to come out or not. So obviously, even still, that you've got the right of way, you've got to be a bit cautious. But it's always good, you know what, to make eye contact with other drivers. So, like when you look at them as well, not necessarily just the car.
Yeah. I was watching a driving instructing video
Yeah.
and she kept mentioning that a lot. She was like, make sure you look at the
Yeah, that's right.
driver.
Yeah, that's right. Because people, they look too, you know, that's why we've got a good clear windscreen. Mine's
Okay, so then just straight again.
slow down and continue straight.
Yeah. I've noticed as well when driving that people duck out of this places a lot as well.
Yeah.
They like don't really watch, they just go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There we go. Slow down. So just before you get on it, you want to take your hands in to roll.
Oh,
That's-
okay. So you like, okay, yeah. Alright, yeah. Do you want to go straight here or?
What we'll do is we'll turn right at the roundabout.
Oh, okay. Now this is the freaky roundabout.
That's all right. You want to slow down, obviously, way before you get there then, especially if you know that you can't see it too. And then you know that nobody's on your right.
There's people coming.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait for them. Sorry.
No, they're coming from the other end of the
Straight,
road.
they're turning. Oh, wait, no,
Yeah.
they're not.
It's alright.
Alright, cool.
It's
I wasn't sure if they were gonna
It's not
wait.
an actual crossing, so
Oh, okay. I thought I had to wait for them anyway.
yeah, no. If it's a crossing, a pedestrian crossing of some sort, then obviously you've got to wait. You want to continue, keep on going straight.
So now?
Sorry.
Oh no, with the brake, with the speed hump.
Oh, but see, they're a bit different, those speed humps. They're not like a normal speed, they're like a massive one. As opposed to sort of like the smaller ones where you want to basically get your foot off the brake just before you go on there.
Okay. Yeah. Because like I wasn't sure because I was like holding it on and then I'm like, wait, do I let it go now?
Yeah.
Or where are you going? Okay, cool. Cool.
It's alright. Are you ready?
So if we're on a different roundabout, that white car on the right, that one would have had to wait for me.
Which one? The bigger one that we went through, or the one where you couldn't see over the bushes?
Oh no, that one we just went
Want to go
on.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. And what we do, like for that, we come to a turn and we're turning right like that. You want to make sure that you are in the left side
Yeah.
of the road, but not just that. That when you turn, you don't want to be turning like as if you're doing like a curve. You want to be doing like a 90-degree turn, yeah. So you're facing this way and then you turn right. So you don't want to sort of drift off into the lane. So
Okay.
what happens is that you want to be able to do a 90-degree turn.
Yeah. Okay, so then I don't go in the right lane as if someone was coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Left to right.
Turn right. That's it. Continue to go straight. It's alright. There you got some speed humps, they're like everywhere now.
Okay, cool.
Get
Now I get to try.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I break around here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let go now.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. See, that still felt a bit rough to me though. Like, especially when we got to the end.
Well, that one was a little bit more. Try the same thing again, because that one, it's like it went up like an arch. And there we go.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's
Okay.
it. And you
That
just
was
want to be able to gently roll over it as well.
Yeah. Okay, left, right.
We turn right at the roundabout.
That guy's turning. That guy's going straight. That guy is. Okay, cool. Oh,
That's okay. Continue. That's all right. You were halfway through already, so you basically had to go through. You couldn't turn around, stop
Yeah.
in the middle of the roundabout.
yeah. I thought it was moving straight.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's right. It's like I said, it's difficult to judge because some people they go slow, some people go fast, some people speed up, some people slow down. So sometimes it's hard to gauge other people's driving habits.
mhm.
All right, if you want, just after the roundabout, just pull over on the left-hand side. Well done. So you just want to pull over here. Alright, too easy.